Euraxia hoped to appease the dragons by assassinating the last dragon guard of Elsweyr. He died, but at least you acquired the Anequina Dragonhorn and avenged his death. Now if we only knew what to do with the damn thing. I know how a horn works, Five Claw, but this is a relic of ancient magic. I do not want to damage it before we learn the true significance of its power. I will have Tarn do more research. In the meantime, we have another matter to deal with. Cadwell's visions strike more frequently now, with more urgency. Tarn believes Zumag Fum is close to reassembling Cadwell's dismembered body. I want you to stop him. The betrayer of legend must not be reborn. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if they can tell you where Zumag Fum hides. Meanwhile, I will consult with Gareshri. Review the Kunzari stories before we task Tarn with learning more about the Dragonhorn. A little. There was a similar relic at Starhaven Adeptorium, but I never gave it much thought. It was just there, another memento of a mostly forgotten past. The one you brought us, it bears the name of Anequina. Anequina is the name of our kingdom, the northern half of Elsweyr. It grew out of one of the 16 original prides and was named after my ancestor, Anequina Sharptongue. She was one of the ancient heroes, a member of Kunzari's Krajan. Legends and myths make up a great part of who we are, Five Claw. For the Khajiit, the truth of our stories is the truth, pure and simple. The return of the dragons began with the tales of Kunzari, and I expect it to end there as well. No. Kunzari and his company of heroes predate the arrival of the Akaviri and Tamriel. It was the Akaviri who gave rise to the Dragon Guard and revealed the secrets of the Dragonhorn. As I understand it, the Starhaven Dragonhorn was a gift from the ancient order of the Dragon Guard. If I remember what the adept at Starhaven once told me, I assume the same is true of the Anequina Dragonhorn. It's too bad the Dragon Guard you met did not live long enough to tell you more. Abner Tarn checks on Cadwell regularly. Find them and see if...
Hold, varlet! Don't you dare attach that foot to my ankle!
This is Cadwell's longest episode yet. Perhaps I can...
That's it! Time to give you knaves what for!
Bizarre visions. Dismembered bodies. I hate necromancy. Cadwell trusts you, Five Claw. You talk to him.
So that's a soul shriven. I've heard of such creatures, of course, but I never expected to see one. Especially not among the leaders of the Khajiit resistance.
Zamorak feels like he should hit something in this situation, but the necromancer is not here.
These episodes of Cadwell's, they are disturbing. Talk to him, Five Claw. Get him to explain exactly what he sees.
See if you can help Cadwell snap out of his latest vision. If he cannot break the connection, we may have to rely on more drastic means.
Cadwell keeps moving around. He won't stand still long enough for me to cast a scrying spell. Talk to him and see if you can distract him.
Who's there? Speak up! I'm about to teach these rapscallions a valuable lesson. And yes, I plan to make it hurt. Ah, jolly good. I could use a noble squire for the battle ahead. To battle ahead? Anyway, Zumag Fum has gathered the dismembered parts of the betrayer's body. I can't allow the necromancer to put me, back together. I'm not entirely certain. It's definitely a dark, menacing cavern. Just the sort of place necromancers enjoy hanging around. Oh! Here now! Stop that! Your pardon, noble squire, but I have to go kick myself in the head. I'm off to put a stop to these dastardly villains.
Tarn, can you determine where Cadwell disappeared to?
Now, I'm no mage, but a soul shriven leaping through a portal? That's just not a natural occurrence.
Cadwell should not have gone off without us. He's no match for a necromancer as powerful as Zumog Foom.
Zumog Foom attempts to raise the betrayer, and Cadwell ran off to face him on his own. The soul-shriven's brain must have rotted in his head.
Cadwell may have given Zumag Foom exactly what he wanted. Talk to Abnor Tharn and figure out how we are going to salvage this situation, Walker.
Of all the foolish, idiotic, misguided things that Cadwell has ever done, this may be the worst of them all. He fancies himself a hero, but he's given Zumog Foom exactly what he needed. I'm no expert on necromancy, but it's obvious that our Cadwell is the last piece Zumog Foom needs to restore the betrayer. He has all the parts of Cadwell's dismembered body, and now Cadwell has handed him the final component, his very essence. Does a soul shriven have a soul? I have no idea how the philosophy of oblivion accounts for such things, but there must be some kernel of the original Cadwell inside the one we know. It stands to reason the necromancer would need that as well. I managed to scry Cadwell's portal before it winked out. It connected to an ancient crypt in the scar not far from the Stitches. Head there immediately. The rest of us will make preparations and join you as soon as we can. Cadwell's impulsive nature will be the doom of us all. He rushed headlong into danger without thinking. What am I saying? Cadwell does everything without thinking. We have to get to him before Zumog Foom completes his necromantic ritual.
We need to proceed cautiously where Zumog Foom is concerned. He's not only powerful, he's crafty. He won't be defeated as easily as his followers.
This one will enjoy putting a stop to the necromancer Zumog Foom.
Garishri and I will do what we can to uncover the secrets of the Dragonhorn. Take Tarn and the others and stop Zumog Foom. The betrayer must not be restored to full power. I just wish we knew how this all ties into the plans of the dragons.
The betrayer did terrible things to the Khajiit of old. Zumag Foom must not be allowed to return that monster to life. Do whatever you must, Walker. Whatever you must.
You took your time. Let's talk. Travel never used to take this much out of me. Oh well. Now that you're here, we can begin our investigation of the crypt. The Adept and the Prefect volunteered to scout ahead. They haven't returned. That means it's up to us. We must stop Zumog Foom from reanimating Cadwell the Betrayer. Something has prevented them from returning. I can only assume the necromancers or their undead have done them in. Where they were forestalled, we must prevail. Otherwise, Zumog Foom and the dragons get one step closer to fulfilling their plans. Don't be a fool. Our first priority is to stop Zumog Foom and keep him from aiding the dragons. After that, we can worry about everything else. Provided we survive. Cadwell, what happened to you?
Thorn, whole spot. They ripped it out of me.
We may be too late. It appears Zumog Foom has already taken what he needed from Cadwell. You check on him. I'll stand back and be ready to act, just in case the necromancer placed some sort of trap upon our soul-shriven friend. After taking what he needed, Zumog Foom could have enchanted Cadwell. An explosive rune, a sigil filled with a wasting disease. The necromantic possibilities are endless. Talk to Cadwell. I'm sure it's safe. I'll just be over here, planning.
I'm afraid I bungled this one royally, old friend. I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous Zumog Foom to the sword. He got the better of me. The necromancer stole my essence, flung it to assorted ritual sites throughout the lair. Now I'm weak and my old body is being restored. The big cat and the Imperial, they arrived shortly after I did, but they didn't fare much better. I'm not sure what Zumog Foom did with them. I've just been standing here trying to recover enough strength to give it another go. Charge me up again? Capital idea, and I agree. We can't let the betrayer join the dragons. That reminds me of a time. No. Can't think. Too weak. I'll stand with you as long as I can. Could use a bit of a lie down, though.
I'll delay Zumog Foom's ritual as long as I can. You take Cadwell and see if you can recover his stolen energy.
Ah, good old Abner. The nastier he treats you, the more you know he loves you. I may be weak, but I still have a few battles left in these old bones, or whatever stuff it is I'm actually made of. If we can restore some of my energy, though, I'll be ever so grateful. I opened a portal, meant to put the villainous, the big... Charge me up again? I may...
You left us to die, Kalo.
Our blood is on your hands.
in your bones!
That glowing cloud. It's holding this ritual together.
How refreshing. Let's find the rest of it and put it back where... You never know what you're missing till it's gone. I'm just glad to have that old bit of me back where it belongs. What say we go and find the rest?
Those soldiers were under my command. They died following my orders. Thank you for releasing me from that ordeal. Other than torturing me, I think it was part of a larger ritual being performed by Zumog Foom. They were using my suffering, merging it with Cadwell's energy to... I don't know, it felt like something was feeding from me, growing stronger. Foom's followers fell upon us the moment we entered the crypts. We never stood a chance. They dragged us in different directions and immediately began the ritual. I assumed Zamorak was taken deeper into the lair.
You were never strong enough, Zamorak. I died because you were weak.
Praying to the moons won't save me, cat.
Internet. Just more fuel for the ritual.
Zamorak failed. Again.
Ah, welcome back, little energy. I missed you so. You never know what you're missing till it's gone.
Zamorak always fails the ones who count on him the most. Careful, Walker. You do not know the burden that Zamorak carries. The guilt Zamorak feels whenever he remembers those he failed. How dare you say... No. No, you are right to chide Zamorak. This one let the necromancers wield his guilt against him. Never again. The scent of death and decay is stronger through that door. Go. Stop Zumog Foom. Zamorak will catch up.
You're a senile old fool, half-brother. How could you be so reckless? The dragons are your fault!
Your hearts will destroy you, Abner Thorn.
Get rid of that damn cloud! Oh, that hits the spot. Did you know I used to be a High Chancellor? No, wait. No, that bit belongs to Abner.
Zumog Foom is stronger than I anticipated. Or perhaps my powers have degraded more than I realized. Either way, you arrived just in time. If I had to listen to my half-sister prattle on for an instant longer, I would have chewed my own arm off. Believe me, it wasn't my intent when I opened the portal. Foom used a siphoning ward of some sort. It redirected my spell and trapped me in that cloud of energy. They're using Cadwell's essence to power their ritual. It's rather ingenious, actually. I really have no idea. Perhaps it was an echo pulled from my deepest, most morose memories. Perhaps not. While I recover my strength, head through the southern door, I sense a culmination of magic. Zumog Foom must be close to completing his ritual.
Five Claw. This one doesn't have much time. Nalado should not be here. This one should be prowling the sand behind the stars and preparing for the next pounce, not lingering in this fetid tomb. Zumog Foom called Nalado back. He planned to use her in a foul ritual, but dead or no, Nalado is still a soldier. His follower never stood a chance. This one sensed something. Decided to wait here a little longer. Nalado thought the cloud of energy reminded her of the strange night adorned in cookware. This one thinks she absorbed the energy when she killed the necromancer and disrupted this part of the ritual. Return it, perhaps, though that will certainly shred this spirit form. No matter, Nalado no longer belongs in this realm. Tell Queen Carmira and Garashri that Nalado says farewell. Now, prepare yourself, strange knight. This belongs to you.
The cat captain, she's sacrificed herself. For me. I don't know what to say. We need to hurry, my friend. Zumog Foom is almost finished, and I'm starting to find this whole looking through two sets of eyes thing to be quite disorienting.
You really think you can stop me? Neither you nor that bumbling corpse stand a chance!
Corpse? I never! I'll have you know, I'm barely 1/4
Your life is mine, outsider! Two of you can't exist in the same reality, soul shriven! The stronger the betrayer becomes, the weaker you will grow! Let the essence of death flow free!
Of course, I planned to deal with the orc myself once my reanimation was complete. Now that I'm whole, I have a destiny to fulfill. So, cheerio! I always heard that introspection could be difficult, but meeting yourself. No one likes to discover that they were a tallow catch. Try not to hold it against me. Him and me were two sides of a dented coin. I don't think the world can handle more than one Cadwell at a time. My essence, I feel it draining away. Strange as the end approaches, so does clarity. You will try to stop him for me, won't you? Finish what I started a long, long time ago. I remember how we stopped the dragons. Kunzari and I, we tricked Count Gronti, used his own ambition against him, convinced him to place a portion of his power in Jode's core. Count Gronti ordered his brothers to follow suit. Once weakened, we were able to trap them in the halls of Colossus. Then the betrayer, then I killed Kunzari. I earned that name. I planned to steal the power, but Anequina's adepts... I'm still here. Chimera. She looks like Anequina. So pretty. Anequina possessed a key to a special place. That's where I learned to use portals. Luckily, they cut off my head and dismembered me before I could reach Jode's core. I guess you have to chop him up again. Tell Chimera she has the key, and look out so that the honor is
Could that be the key to using the dragon horn?
The same notion occurred to me, Queen Chimera.
Wait, here comes Tarn and the others. Five Claw, talk to me. I am happy to see you and the others, Five Claw, and I'm eager to hear what happened. Wait, where is Cadwell? That does not bode well. The betrayer of Kunzari was a great hero who became a terrible villain. It took all the remaining champions and the moon priests of Anequina to stop him. But how does the betrayer's return help the dragons? A special place? That does not give us a lot of information to go on, Five Claw. Did Cadwell tell you anything else before he disappeared? The ancient legends. I have been studying them. They mention Jode's core, a vault of some kind. Kunzari tricked the demons into storing their power there, though now we know that the demons were dragons. A metaphor, yes? As for a key... Everyone, meet in the royal study. I have something to show you.
So much to do, so little to do it with. Moons give us strength.
Cadwell spoke of an Equina, one of Kunzari's champions. He mentioned a key. I think he meant my pendant.
Zamarak remembers. Your mother wore it before you. Does it have more than sentimental significance?
It hides me from magical detection. Mother would take my pendant in her hand and whisper, "When Kunzari smiled, an Equina asked the moons to move for him."
The Shadow Dance Temple ruins? Is that where the betrayer has gone?
I discovered as a young girl that the pendant and this ancient map interact in interesting ways. I learned the stories of Kunzari from my mother. Did I tell you she was a moon singer before she married my father? She said the pendant once belonged to an Equina. I am related to an Equina. Direct descendant, according to the moon priests. An ancient ruin. The place was once the Shadow Dance Temple, but now it is nothing but tumbled stones. Still, Cadwell indicated the pendant was the key to finding the betrayer. What else do we have to go on? Yes, from Kunzari's story. He tricked the demons into giving him their power. Then an Equina moved the moon so he could store the power in Jode's core for safekeeping. Of course, now we know the demons of the story were actually the dragons. In their weakened state, Kunzari was able to trick the dragons and trap them in the halls of Colossus. But one of his companions betrayed him, stabbed him in the back, and went to the place of the Dark Dance to steal the demon power. I think you are right, Five Claw. The betrayer must want to finish what he started in the ancient... As we saw on the map, the ruins lie in the foothills.
We need to send your Cygnus Irregulars to the Moongate, Prefect Kalo.
Agreed. We've been practicing in anticipation of joining forces for more than a year.
A year? But a year ago we were still enemies.
Perhaps. But I always knew we'd wind up fighting the Iraxians side by side someday. There aren't a lot of us, but the Cygnus Irregulars will stand with Queen Chimera's forces at the Moongate of Anequina. If the dragons or the remaining Iraxians show up there, we'll give them a fight to remember.
traveled.
Chimera's waiting for you inside. If the dragon circling overhead spots us, I'll try to drive it off.
Zamarak will assist.
Yes, I'm sure your fist will make all the difference. The dragons are definitely anxious about something. No sign of the betrayer, though. Go inside and help Chimera, but do it quickly. We're too exposed out here for my liking.
If there is more to this ancient temple, I do not see a way to access it. This is the right place. I can sense it. But nothing in this chamber looks like it can make the moons move, or open a path to Joan or Jode. What are we missing, Fiveclaw? And Riddlethar knows I have tried everything I can think of. I held it out, I presented it forcefully, I even shook it vigorously, but nothing happened. I do not know what else to do. My memories and the Kunzari stories, everything jumbles together. Too much research has crowded my mind. Wait, maybe... I remember one thing Mother used to say. Maybe if I repeat her words while I hold the pendant. When a Nequina's blood calls, the shadow dance begins.
By the moons, you open the path.
You go ahead. Zamorak and I will deal with the dragon outside. Somehow.
Moons watch over you. Come, Fiveclaw. Let us see where this leads. Beautiful. Why was this hidden for so long? This place has guardians, it seems, but they could not stop the betrayer. The betrayer sent. He came this way. That relic. See what you can make of it, Fiveclaw. The spirits awaken. The temple recognized me. I am becoming attuned. Relic. It is connected to the lunar land.
Why are you doing this?
I want what comes out of the hid away, and I need to move the moons to reach it. If a few counts will die along the way, what of it?
You're insane!
You talk to your new god like that? Manners!
The temple. It shows us how the betrayer became attuned. Another temple relic. Activate it for me, Fire. Moving the moons causes an eclipse. That opens the way to Jode's core.
It's almost a shame how Enequida's faithful keep throwing themselves at my blade. Forward.
Temple relic. There it is. Activate it. please. Now, Five Claw. We need to reach the temple sanctuary. Wait, my friend. Let us talk before we confront the betrayer. The ancient memories become clearer in my mind with every passing moment. We follow the same path as the heroes of legend. Kunzari, Anequina, the betrayer, they all walked these steps to reach Jode's core. I see the truth of the myths and legends. Kunzari tricked Calgrontid into storing the might of the dragons in Jode's core. Then, the heroes of the Krajun lured them into the halls of Colossus and sealed the doors. Yes, he murdered Kunzari and then came to this temple to gain the power to move the moons and open the way to Jode's core. You see, the path only appears at the moon gate of Anequina when the moons are aligned, as in an eclipse. True, but many died before they lopped off his head. The betrayer was the greatest warrior of his day. If it comes to a battle, it will not be an easy one. There is an apparatus in the sanctuary, linked to the larger moon gate. That is what we seek. We are about to enter the place where the betrayer faced his greatest failure, where he died at the hands of the remaining heroes and moon priests. We must make sure history repeats itself. The shade of Anequina darkens with rage when...
Too late, fools! The eclipse has started. I'm going to share the power with the dragons. Magnanimous, don't you think? Yeah, lift the open wide. Strike from any direction. I can strike from any direction. Good!
Something is wrong. I cannot stop the eclipse. The betrayer did something to the apparatus. The moons cannot hear my plea. No. The betrayer has set the moons in motion, and they will not answer to my song. There is nothing to stop the dragons from using the moon gate of Anequina to reach Jode's core. Not yet. This apparatus moves the moons, but the moon gate of Anequina creates the portal to Jode's core. Luckily, I sent forces there to defend it from the dragons. We will join them. But first, the memories tell me we have one more task here. Anequina's memories show me how she once used a dragon horn. Anequina, Cadwell, John and Jode. All of it into the dragon horn.
upon is refreshing pleasant, and I'm fit as a fig tree. Now, where's the evil me? Where is the fiend? Let me at him. I returned as soon as I could to help you give the betrayer a good thrashing. I feel tip-top, I must say. I thought it was the cozy confines of my beloved Cold Harbor. That doesn't sound good. I'm afraid.
I am all right. Cadwell, can we use your portal to return to Rimmon?
Of course, Chimera. It's ready. My portal should take us to...
The eclipse approaches, and with it the opening of the moon gate of Anequina. We have a short amount of time before the way to Jode's core appears. At least I am attuned, and I was able to charge the Dragonhorn. Gareshri has already gone to the moon gate of Anequina to take charge of the forces there. We stopped the betrayal. Time is short, Five Claw.